Yes, we are live. Who is here with me? Good evening. Good evening. Good afternoon. If you're in Canada, you're gonna be in the afternoon. Nigeria, you're gonna be in the evening. America, you're gonna be in the afternoon. So I'm in the evening where I am. Good evening. It's 7 p.m. Oh, it's 6 p.m. here, but I know it's 7 p.m. in Nigeria. So good evening from wherever you're watching me from. I know we got viewers from Canada, from America, from Nigeria, and from the United Kingdom. So everyone, wherever it is that you're watching me from, good evening. How did your day go? Did you go to church? Yeah, I went to church. I went to work and I also went to church. And I hope that you're well, you're good, and you're happy. And then, how are you enjoying the holidays with the teenagers in your home? Don't forget, the holiday is meant to be enjoyed. It's not about shouting, it's not about dragging, it's not about yelling. It's about enjoying the little time you got to spend with them before they leave your house. Don't forget, they won't be in your house forever. And this evening, what are we going to be talking about? Oh, before we go down to our topic, my name is Funmilola Williams. I'm the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. The Informed and the Reformed Teens Academy is an academy for young girls from ages of 8 up to 18. By the grace of God, we have a curriculum that will run the girls through. And by the time they are done, they are ready to transition into adulthood or into the next level of their um teenage stage, depending on what year they are. So if you have someone that has a girl child from the age of 8, do well, let them know that there's such an academy in town called the Informed and the Reformed Teens Academy. We have a curriculum that's going to help you. Don't forget, I keep saying it, team mentors, team coaches. We're not your challenges, we're not your issues. No, so don't fight us. Don't fight. Don't go and be saying what are they saying, what are they teaching, and all of that. No, it's not about us. We are not the problem. We are just there to help you on your journey with your teenagers, knowing that you have very limited time with them. That being said, we're Treat Academy on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. We're very, very active on all those three network, all those sites, so you can check us out to see what it is that we are doing. Okay, so Christmas is there. Is it Christmas in your area? Well, it's Christmassy, yeah, but it's also very, very cold. And I hope that you have plans to enjoy yourself this Christmas. I hope that you have plans for your teenagers. I hope that you have plans for your family. If you have not had one, it is not too late. You can still create a plan, okay? All right, thank you very much. So, what are we going to be talking about today? We're going to be talking about teaching and fostering sibling bonding amongst your teens this holiday. I know that some of you have children in the hostels, secondary schools, and then the time they get to come together is holidays like this. And the little time that they get together, you will imagine, your parents will imagine that the teens are gonna be together, have a good time, just play, just laugh. But as the moment they step their feet into the house, something is the matter. Is that somebody did something, somebody did not do something, or either you stepped on me or you picked my clothes. I remember growing up, my elder sister, I don't know whether she's watching me right now. I remember growing up, it wasn't funny. We were always at each other's throats, and it would be like, though, I couldn't wait to get out of the house. Well, you know what? We're out of the house, and everybody's out of the house, and I find myself looking forward to those times again, trying to wish that we're together again. But the fact remains that we can't ever be together again. That season, that phase is gone, and what we have left now are just memories. So that's what we're talking about. Is this holiday? Your kids are gonna be in each other's mouth. They're probably sharing the same room. If they're girls, they're probably sharing the same room. If they're boys, they're probably sharing the same room. So there will be need. There will definitely be reasons why they have to interface. There'll be reasons for them to, come together. And definitely once they come together, friction is bound to occur. So your role as a parent, how do you lessen this friction? How do you ensure that they bond? How do you ensure that they watch out for each other? How do you ensure that they care about each other even when you're no longer there? You know, I have a pastor. He used to say to me that, you know what, parents will know, well, or will not know rather, whether they are doing a good job or not until they are gone, and then their siblings are still together. Their kids rather are still together in oneness, in unity. One is looking out for the other, and all of that. That they will never know whether they've done a good job or not. Unfortunately, you will not be there. Yeah, you'll not be there at that time. But it is the whatever it is that you have done is what will be speaking. So that's what we're talking about that today. How do you? I've seen siblings that don't talk. I don't know whether you have. I have seen. I have seen siblings that their kids don't interact. I have seen siblings that the rivalry between them, you wonder what it is that the problem is. So I've seen quite a lot. I begin to wonder how where did it go wrong? What happened? And of course it happens from these little things that we do not take seriously. And please, if you can hear me, I'd like to know in the comment section that you can hear me, so that I know that I'm not just talking to myself. So I've seen siblings, I've seen siblings at each other's throats. I've seen siblings that they can please excuse me. I've seen siblings that one will say, my child can never go to spend holiday in my sister's house. And their children are not, and you begin to wonder, what's other people too, they have first cousin, second cousin, third cousin. How did you think that came about? It came about because some people were deliberate or creating relationships between themselves, which the kids saw, and then they carried it on like that. So it's not automatic that because your kids are siblings. My coach always said that the fact that they're siblings doesn't mean that they're gonna be close. I mean, if they're gonna be close, why would Esau kill what's this guy that killed his brother now? Zebel. Yeah. If it is automatic, if it's a given that your kids are gonna watch out for each other, if it's a given, I don't think Esau had. I mean, Esau wouldn't kill Abel, but that was the first mother. Esau killed his brother. So let's not wish these things. Let's not think that these things should just be. Let us deliberately, let us plan for these things to be. Yeah, let's plan for them to be. Don't say because they are siblings. So what if they're siblings? So what? It doesn't mean that they're going to like each other if you do not put in the work. And part of putting in the work is what we're talking about this evening. All right, so let's move. So teach it. Teaching and fostering sibling bonding among your teenagers. Now don't forget, if they can't bond by teenage, when are they going to bond? Have you imagined it? They don't bond by teenage. Is it when they have left the home? Is that when they're going to bond? So this is the time to put in the work. So don't think that it will just automatically happen. I've seen people that can't stand their sisters, some that can't stand their brothers. I've seen people have by virtue of my work as a lawyer for years in Nigeria, I've had cases where parents will die and then siblings, same mother, same father, they will fight themselves bitterly over estates. Yes, bitterly, they will find themselves to a grinding halt over essays of their parents. I've seen that. I've handled quite a number of them. So these things are not automatic. So don't think they're too small, they're too little. Those ones are they when their parents that they were fighting, they were once small as well. So this is something we really need to take seriously. So that when we're done, when we're no longer here, our children can carry on as one, and then they can form a united front against whatever it is that is a challenge to them. So how do you do this? How do you foster this bonding among them this time? That's knowing that you have limited time with them. Excuse me. I said number one, you have to acknowledge that your teenagers are all different and as different as they come, temperament and all. You have to, as a parent, you have to know that your teenagers are different. So don't ever think that. Don't forget, and difference as in from A to Z. The only semblance between them is that they are what? They are siblings. That's where it ends. So you have to acknowledge that, you have to respect that, you have to know that for yourself first. Because if you do not, parents tend to say, oh, why are you not doing like your brother? Why are you not doing like your sister? And sometimes it really irritates those teenagers. I work with them a lot. My teens will tell me, oh, do you remember my mommy says, why you like your brother? I don't want to be like that. And then they just go ballistic on you. So as a parent, it will be wise for you to understand that your teenagers are different in character, different in attitude, different in temperament. Imagine if you have a phlegmatic child and then you have a choleric child, and you're saying to the phlegmatic, why are you not like your brother? Of course, you know what you're into the phlegmatic. He's going to be more withdrawn, more reticent. That's what's going to happen to him because phlegmatics are naturally drawn back. Or for example, you're saying to your sanguine child that why are you not like your phlegmatic brother? You're going to make that sanguine child into what he or she is not. So, dear parents, you must understand your children are different. The only reason, another fact, I like you to know today that the only difference between them, I mean, the only semblance between them is the name they share together, the name. And the blood, the genes, the blood, that's where it ends. But their attitude, for their conduct, for their outlook on life, for their temperament, for everything is different. That's why you keep saying you hear things like, I didn't know from the same parents. Of course, they're from the same parent, but they are different people. So the moment you're able to embrace that difference, it makes it easier for you. The moment you're able to understand that it is not how your phlegmatic child behaves, that's not how child will behave. It's going to help you on your journey. So there will be no basis for you to start comparing or judging or all of those things that we parents tend to do. So you have to understand that they are different in thinking. Self, they are different. Your sanguine will probably not think things through. It will probably just go do things flippantly. That's how transanguines are until they are tamed, until they are trained. But your choleric, but your phlegmatic, they will think things through. They may want to look at it, and because of that, your phlegmatic may not want to take a decision as fast as your sanguine. Your melancholic may want to just be. There are times your melancholy will want to just be by herself. So you don't go say, why are you not like the other children? The children are in Palo. You are here. You have to understand. And if you parents do not know this, how are you going to understand it? And if you do not know this, how are you not going to deal with all of them? And don't forget, you need to start saying, why you not like your brother? You may not even mean it in the negative way, but the way the brain of a teenager is wired, he starts seeing judgment, he starts seeing criticism. He starts seeing condemnation. And when he starts to see that, of course, what do you think is going to happen? He or she will revolt. And the situation becomes more tense. And gradually, what you don't know, you are creating a wall between him and that his brother that you're talking about. You're creating a wall between her and that her sister that you're talking about. Who knows what Adam and Eve, who knows what they had done, what they have said to um um to um to Cain? Who knows? We're not there, but we can only speculate. Who knows what has happened for them to for Cain not to think twice? I mean, does that not say something to you? For Cain not to think twice before he was killing his brother Abel. Maybe you've been looking for opportunity. Maybe you say you're their favorite. You're their favorites. While we were in primary school, long time ago, I don't know why I just remember that now. But we had they call it stage play. We had a stage play, and what happened actually was that the other brothers connived and killed their own sibling. So if these things don't happen, they're not going to be talking about it. So please, dear parents, stop saying, you have to understand it. So even if you're thinking in your head that why is she not like her brother, can you please keep it to yourself? Can you and your spouse just keep it to each other? Can you not rub it in the face of your children? The fact remains that all of your children are wonderfully unique. And that is what you must understand. So don't start creating this unnecessary tension between them. For example, your sanguine would be prone to want to hug you, want to gum you, that's your sanguine. Your phlegmatic may not necessarily do that. That does not mean that your sanguine loves you less or cares about you less. It is just their personality. Your melancholic may want to draw back, think back, do this, do that. But your sanguine may just want to, let's go all out. And that's why you say, okay, where should we go? One says, I like this place, I like that place. That's their temperament playing out. So you as a parent, what you should know, what you should understand to do is, okay, how do I begin to help this area of their weakness? That area of their weakness, don't dwell so much on it. Don't dwell so much on it. How do you begin to help their weakness? This is my sanguine. How do I make her sit down to learn? How do I make her sit down to reason? How do I make her to sit down to strategize? Then this is my phlegmatic. How do I make her more involved? How do I draw her more into the family system? That's a deliberate parent. That's an intentional parent. So you have to acknowledge that. The next thing, and as you're doing that, what you don't know that you're doing, you're bringing them all together to have a common front, such that when you are no longer there, it is easy for them to pick up from wherever it is that you have stopped. Instead of creating unnecessary, what's the English word I'm looking for now? Instead of creating unnecessary competition, that's what I'm trying to look for between them. Because they all want your attention. And then the phlegmatic, it will not be easy, will not, even though he wants or she wants your attention, she won't want to really show that she wants it. So it now depends on how knowledgeable you are as a parent to be able to bring all of them together so that they can work independently and also dependent on each other. So that's number one. You have to understand, you have to acknowledge that your teenagers are all different. The next thing is we want to like to do to create bonding between them. Give them chores to do together. Yeah. Tell them, the three of you go wash the car. So one is washing, one is rinsing, one is washing the tires. It creates bonding. Go wash the car. Or the two of you go to the store down the corner together. They will just on their way. Yeah. That's another thing to do. Let them do chores together. Or for example, the three of you, all the you there are three rooms in your house. Okay, you do the bed sheet. I mean, you do the bed, you do the wardrobe. Things for them to do together, activities for them to do together. Give them tasks together. By the time they are together, definitely, of course, now. We as women, when we're cooking, when we see someone, we see a cooking partner in the kitchen, we tend to be more free with the person, we tend to be more relaxed with the person because we're doing the same thing towards a common goal. It is the same thing. There's no difference whatsoever. So give them tasks together. The next thing you want to do is encourage time together. Let there be time together. Don't make it a habit for one child is in one room, the other one is in the other room, and the one is in the third room. There's a grandma that tells me to mentor her grandchildren. So she brings the grandchildren, she brings them to a place where I meet them, where I talk to them, where I share with them and all of that. Then one day I asked, and I saw that these guys, they're all in the oldest is 16 or something. And I realized that all of these guys don't talk together at all. And the grandma's place is a big house, during Christmas like this, she will invite me to come over to come speak to those children. So the last 2 years, or was it last year? Maybe last year, I can't remember which of the years now. And I went to that particular house. And I saw all of these kids, each in different room, all of them buried on their tablets. All of them. Cousins, children of same brother, same parent, cousins like that. They were all in different rooms, buried in their tablets, typing, chatting, and all of that. They were not having any form of communication. And I said, Grandma, is this how they spend? And I said, Grandma, okay, you said that you like them to spend holiday with you. Grandma said yes. I said, okay, so when they come to spend this holiday, what do they do? She said that this is all they do. That's why I've called you to please come talk to them. And I gathered all of them in the living room. I said, okay, tell me what this person likes. Or you tell me what your cousin likes. Or you tell me what your brother likes. Do you know what? None of them are able to say anything about the other because they practically knew nothing about each other. And I was wowed. I'm like, wow. I'm thinking this to myself. And then you're growing up just like that. Is that how it is? So how are you gonna bond? So someone that you don't bond with rather, someone that you don't connect with, how would a person call you and then you will answer? It's not possible because there's no connection. There's no connection. And I said to them, henceforth, for as long as I'll be coming to you to talk to you, to mentor you and all of that, this and this and this and this and this and this are the things that you'll be doing. And I gave them things to do. And grandma called me and said, oh, Fumi, God bless you, this, da, 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 da. Can you believe that they all of them now, they're looking forward to spend the holidays in my place because they love that they want to do together. I said, thank God, that's what it is about. Bond. The bonding is for a purpose. It's for when you need each other. I think it's there. There's so many scriptures is there that a three-cord stake is not easily broken when you're together. He said if you fall, if he says woe unto you when you fall and there's no one to lift you up. But a three-cord what's gonna rope is not easily broken, and we can picture it literally. When you twine ropes together, you can't break it easily. That is the essence of the bonding. But if it doesn't happen now, it can't happen when they are grown. I got cousins I've not seen in years. I got sisters, but if I snap my finger, I say, I need you, brother, or I need you, sister. Everybody runs. Everybody runs to say, okay, what is it that you want to do? What is it that we can do together? And same thing, if they call me, for me, we need you to do this thing. For me, we need you to do this thing. My sisters know they can snap their fingers and I am there. It didn't just happen overnight. My cousins know they can snap their fingers and I am there. These kind of things don't happen overnight. It happens over a period of time. Bonding together, having time together. So let them do things together. Encourage their time together. I know teenagers can be very funny. Trust me, I'm living with two teenagers and one between. I know what I'm saying. Oh, this one you match me, this one you did that. Yes, but even in that, we still find a common ground, do things together. Yesterday, all of them were there playing Ludo, So let them do things together. Let them do things together. Let them pray together. Let them study together. Let them learn together. Let them do puzzles, play, Ludo, Monopoly, anything that will bring them together. Those things is sticking in their head. So hard to say no to the girl or guy that you sat with and play Ludo with. Not to the person. And I'm not saying necessarily it's because in case there is something that life do happen. So when it happens, you're not alone. When it happens, you're able to call upon. Encourage them time together via games, via puzzles. Let them read a book. Let all of them present to you. Listen to them. It doesn't cost you nothing. I mean, they're not resuming until January. Get books. Get books, make it fun, make it competition. So okay, if you reach first, if you present first, there's an award for the first group to present, or for the second, or something. Just cook up something. Cook up something. And then there's something they're doing together. Okay, group A, yeah, this is you're presenting chapter one, and group B. It doesn't matter that they're not playing them, even if they're just three, or even if they're just two. Then you may not split them into groups, depending on the dynamics of your home. Just let them do something together. Something that when all of them have dispersed from your home, something when all of them have left your home, they will remember. Almost 40 years after I've left my home, I still remember the games that I played with my younger sister. I still remember. So am I gonna say no to that kind of person? Or how is that kind of person gonna say no to me? So it depends on you now. Let there be something that they do together. My coach will say she and her siblings, they always look forward to going back home. All of them are scattered all over the world now. But they always look forward. Why? Because they had a lot of memories in that home. There are memories in my head that I've told my child. The play I played with my own sisters as a child, I've told them to my child. And then my child and my sister's child and my sister's children, even though they don't see, we're already working, or they're deliberately working to ensure that all of them know each other, all of them have some sort of connection together. That is your work as a parent. So encourage them. Let them do things together. I've told us things that they can do together. And I've told us, when you do these things, put them in short videos, put them in pictures, whatever. You can have a collage, something that they will keep remembering long after they have left your home. The other thing to do to foster bonding between them is encourage a mentorship system among them. Encourage it, especially if there's a gap between, your kids. Mentorship system. Let the older ones, let the younger one begin to look on to the older ones. It's called a mentorship system. Let me tell you how that one is going to help you. It's going to help in later years. For example, now I'm so grown. My younger sister is so grown. But the years between us have collapsed. Everybody has now, we have met at a point, as it were. There are times I've had to go to my sister and say, okay, what do you think about it? This is someone that I'm 5 years older than. There are times I've gone to say, see. There are times I've gone to have to leave. And there are times that she has also had to say, hey, for me, see. Because there was a mentor. And I remember this particular one, just because we don't document our process, we don't really remember. I remember very well I was growing up. My mother used to tell me that, whatever you do, you want behind you is looking, which is true. So there was a mentor, even though it wasn't documented. But now, by virtue of learning teachings, I know now that what my mother was trying to do then was to create a mentorship system between my sister and my younger sister. My elder sister and I, the gap isn't so much. But for my younger sister and myself, we have a space of 5 years. So it was easy for me to mentor her. As a matter of fact, the kind of mentorship was so strong that with the fellowship I went when she was in school, the policy of no dating in school was the one that she also had. Like that. So let there be a mentorship. You are going to put it in place deliberately. And I'm not saying, please don't misunderstand. I'm not saying put the burden of parenting your kids on your first child. No, I'm just saying the first child is old, is grown, he understands a lot of things. So let her begin to put, or let him begin to bring the other ones in line. So that you don't have to keep repeating the same thing that you've repeated with the second one. I tell my teenagers, let's see, the step you take, your younger one is looking, which is true. So you have to deliberately let the one that is the most senior, let him know that you're serving as a mentor to your younger one. That alone is keeping that one in check. That's what it is. It's performing a dual role, keeping that one in check and also making your work on the younger one easier. That is if you have a big gap. I know some people have gaps of 10 years, 11 years between one sibling and the other. I have seen that happen. So if that is your situation, you want to encourage a mentorship system among them. You want to tell the one that is older, this is what I expect you to do. This is what you should do. This is what your sister will learn from you. That's a mentorship system. So that other one is just bringing him up like that. And then you don't have to and there are times what will not happen when the years collapse. What will not happen is if you have to even pass any message. That's what my mother does these days now. She'll just call one of us and say, tell your sister this, or I think something, because she knows that all of us will still come together and on our WhatsApp community and come and still talk about it. That is what a mentorship system is like. Just the way you have regular mentors. So begin to create that system between your teenagers now. So much so that the younger one looks up to the older one, and then as they're looking up, there's a connection. My younger sister and I, we are so close. Never the part that we're not together, but there are things that we have shared together over the years. Over the years, to begin to create that amongst your teenagers, deliberately, intentional. It will not just happen. It's not going to just happen. You have to deliberately create it. You have to let the elder one know that, okay, you know what, you are the elder one. This is what I think you should. Let your younger one learn from you. That one is maturing your responsibility, then it's saving you less talk on the younger one too. So a mentorship system, because you know what, the years are going to collapse. So yeah. So don't let the one that is older, don't turn him into the trouble of the house. The one that everybody's afraid is coming. Our sister, our brother, everybody's running elter scotter, he's running, here and there. Because the years are going to collapse. Go and check it. You and your firstborn. Have the years not collapsed? All of you are married at your parents' houses, or you have gotten your wives. Everybody is now like equals. That's what I mean by the years collapsing. The years are going to collapse. So that when the years collapse, the bond can still be there. Because if there's no bond, if there's that, if there's no there isn't that mentorship system, trust me, when the years collapse, there'll be nothing for them to fall back on. I have seen families that I have seen, trust me, I'm on live stream. So I have experienced families that the elder one has zero income, zero influence, zero influence on the younger ones, because there wasn't any mentorship system in place. They were just doing as they wish, as they like. I have seen instances, I have experienced instances where the eldest one has zero influence on the smallest one. Why? No mentorship system in place. And then he says, don't talk to me. After all, and it is true, the years are going to collapse. They also collapse. The years between my sister and I now have collapsed. Just the way so many of you, the years between you and your seniors or your younger ones have collapsed. It's going to collapse. So when it now collapses, when the years collapses, what's going to remain? That mentorship in place. That stuff they were doing together. Your understanding that they are different. That's going to remain. And that is what will form the bonding. So I've spoken about 4 things already. I said acknowledge that your teenagers are different. Acknowledge it, set it in your spirit. All of them will not behave to you the same way. All of them will not react to you the same way. All of them will not respond to you the same way. And it doesn't mean that they are bad. It just means that they are different. That's what it meant. So stop saying you're not like your sister, you're not like your brother is more caring. Stop saying things like that. When you say things like that, you're fostering enmity between them. You will not even know it. You will not know, even though they will not know, until they start resenting themselves. Because it's only one that mommy praises all the time. It's only one my daddy praises all the time. So don't do that. You should know that you shouldn't do it. I don't know who remembers who are these guys now? Jacob and Esau. I mean, that's what we're talking about. I mean, how dare a brother say, I'm gonna kill my brother? Or how dare a brother say, I'm gonna take what belongs to my brother? Because their parents already separated them right from the womb. Right from the womb. And then they didn't correct it, and then they didn't do anything about it until it turned to bloody murder. And today, till tomorrow, there's still war between the house of Jacob and the house of Esau. You can go and study it. So don't do like that to your children. Rebecca said, Rachel said, this one belongs to me. The other one said, their father, is it Isaac now, says, this one belongs to me. Don't separate, don't drag children. Don't say this one is my own, this one is your own, this one, don't say this one is better. This one, no, don't say things like that. When you say things like that, it shows that the level your understanding is not quite complete. You must understand that they are different. If Rebecca had understood that Jacob is different and Esau is different, and try to harness the differences, that's what an intentional and deliberate parent will do. So you have to understand your teenagers are different. Stop saying you're not like this, you're not like that, you're not this. See Esau. Esau he swore that he was going to kill his brother, his own mother's child. That is how terrible it can get. And of course, we know the story. 20 years down the line, Rachel, by the time Jacob fled because he cheated Esau, he never saw his mom again. And of course, we know that problem lingered and lingered and lingered and lingered for years. I've told you, I know siblings that don't talk. I know them. They don't talk. Siblings. Aha. One blessing says, come and ask me about my elders not having any connection with me at and right now. The years are gonna collapse. That's the fear. It will collapse. And everybody will now mind their business. You now start wondering. What happened? What happened? This is what happened. We are mending gas small. Thank God for that. One blessing. Thank God for that. And of course, with knowledge now, we should not deliberately mend the gap so that it doesn't affect the children, the cousins. All right, we move. I said, encourage them to resolve their disputes and only come to you when they cannot resolve it. Parents, can we do this? I know it's hard, especially for if you have a choleric child and then you have a phlegmatic child. You know your choleric is bossy, doesn't take no for answer, doesn't that's your choleric for you. And your phlegmatic, your sanguine wants to make friends at all costs. Your sanguine doesn't like problem. He likes everybody to love them, everybody to love her. So they're going to clash. They will clash. They will clash. So when they clash, what do you do? Do you take sides? Do you say, hey, don't be too... Hey? No, don't take sides. As much as you can, encourage them. I tell the ones here, I say, go and resolve. This evening, they are process, hey, you did this to me, and you threw this to me, you threw that to me. Say, go and resolve. It's only when if they can't resolve, that's when they should come to you. Because, excuse me, as parents, the tendency for you to take sides is very high. Especially if you see that maybe one is a bit weaker, maybe in speaking up or something. And the other one will be feeling cheated. So encourage as much as you can. Don't be caught in their crossfire. Yeah, that's the word. Don't be caught in their crossfire. Don't be in this holiday. Don't be caught. Don't let them drag you into their whatever they are doing. Let them sort themselves. But have the rules in place. Have the measures in place. That no matter what, you don't cross this line. No matter what, you don't say this to your brother. No matter what, you don't say this to your sister. Put that one in place. Just ensure that, and then watch them. Watch them resolve their differences. Watch them resolve their differences. So encourage them to resolve their differences by themselves, because you won't always be there. My mother won't always be here with us. I pray she lives long, but the fact means that she won't always be here. So when she's no longer there, what are you going to call? What are you going to call? Encourage them. Don't let them stop bringing their disputes to you, or their disputes, or their talk, or their fight. You are the one, you are the judge, you are the jury, you are the everything. Can you try and desist from that? So that you will teach the one that is a bit laid back. She will have to learn how to speak up. Because people will make her angry in real life. People will do things to her. And for everything they do things to her, will she come running to you? So let her own her, let her woman up, let her man up, as the case may be. Let them resolve their difference. As long as you are clear on what to say to each other when there's a disagreement, and what not to say to each other. So you shouldn't tolerate words like fool, stupid in your home. You shouldn't tolerate it. They shouldn't say those things to each other. As long as they don't say this, and of course, they shouldn't resort to physical violence, because physical violence is the language of people that cannot communicate. So if they're going to give themselves time out, if they're going to give themselves time to come together, or they call themselves, or they call a meeting, whatever way they want to use to receive, I'm going to recommend the book after this session. It's going to help you in that journey. So you have to let them solve their dispute by themselves. So another thing you have to learn to do to encourage bonding between them, ensure your discipline cuts across board. These are nothing that parents are very guilty of. We are so guilty. Two children are fighting. You do not know what happened though. You just carry the eldest one. You are the eldest. What do you mean? You don't know what happened. You don't know what happened. That's not fair. You know what? These children, I just thought that they're human beings. Just that they're mini human beings. They're not as grown as we are. Do you think that child will feel treated? He will feel that he has been treated fairly? Definitely not. Definitely not. He will feel that he has been treated unfairly. So whatever discipline you want to adopt, whatever it is that your discipline strategy or disciplinary measure is, it has to cut across board. Oh, do you think the one that you have spanked, do you think he will be happy? No, now by then you're no longer there. You will go and do more to the other one that you have just taken sides with, and then you make it worse. And if they now grow like that, that grows in them. You will not know. You only know when they grow and then the years collapse and then they can't stand each other, when they can afford not to be in your home anymore. And they're like, what am I doing in that house anyway? So, dear parents, you have to watch against these things. Your discipline must always cut across board. Always. Let them know. Nobody will be spared. So that everybody knows that we are all responsible for keeping our unity and our bond. So it is everybody's work, not the firstborn's work alone. So your discipline must cut across board. It's very, very important. Don't say, you should know better. What do you mean you should know better? Have you taught him better? Or have you taught her better? Don't say things like, you are the elders, you have common sense. What do you mean? They're all kids. Or what's the case? They're all teenagers. That's all they are. So, dear parents, we need to take note of these things and ensure that we begin to work on it. Because as simple, as insignificant as these things are, if they persist for a very long time, trust me, it's going to draw a wedge between your kids. And then when you grow, you begin to wonder, why are they not friends? And that's when it begins to be it turns to an issue. Your discipline must cut across board. I've said quite a lot. I said, number one, acknowledge that your teenagers are different in temperament, in character, in attitude, every way. All of them will not be the same. Let me tell you something my mother used to do. She would never say, this is what this one gave me, or this is what that one gave me. She'll just say, she'll just call you to say, thank you. Say thank you to your sister for me. Then she will call the other one. Say thank you to your sister for me. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's called diplomacy. So nobody is unnecessarily pressured. Nobody's unnecessarily tensed. Do you understand? But some parents, it is the one that is that they feel that is more wealthy or whatever. That's the one they not everybody will be on the same level, but all of us have something that is unique to our personality, to ourselves. So you begin to grow that from when they are young, so that nobody feels threatened in the presence of another. Nobody feels second best in the presence of another. To acknowledge that your teenagers are different. Give them chores to do together. I've told you several things they can do together. They can do chores together. They can tidy the house together, wash your car together, wash your clothes together. One washes, one rinses. I know that there was a time that we're doing that for a long time in my home before I became the only one to do the laundry and all of that. So let them do chores together. Send them errands together. Let the elder one take the younger one. Let them go let them go to the street, to the grocery store around the house. If they're age appropriate, let them go to markets. No lion will carry them. Nothing will happen to them. So let them do chores together, encourage time together, let them have time together. If they don't have time together now, they will never be able to stand themselves when they grow up. Go and check it. Go and check it. I have seen siblings where all of them truly they gather. Truly, all of them will gather in that family house. But one will be downstairs, one will be in the room, one will be. I have experienced this firsthand. I lie not. One is in the room, one is upstairs, one is in the living room. And they're all hiding from each other, and they're all in the same house. They came together for Christmas. Truly, all of them gather, truly. But I remember that in my own family, I remember that my uncles, all of them will gather. I remember it like I remember my name. All of them will gather. The first generation, our own generation, and the ones younger than us. Everybody will gather. That is my own experience. So let them spend time together. If they don't spend time together now, when they grow, see, sometimes I tell my friends, I say, I miss them. What do I miss? I just miss that connection, miss being with my people, that's just it. There's a strength we draw from that, which is even scriptural. So let them spend time together. Then the next thing is you encourage a mentorship system. I already explained that already. Let the one that is elder, let him know that he has a bit of responsibility towards one that is younger. It's twofold. It teaches that one responsibility, then it reduces the amount of work that you got to do on the one that is small, because he sees a pattern already, or she sees a pattern, so it's just easy for her to follow. Then the next thing I said, let them resolve their disputes amongst themselves. Don't be the judge, jury, lawyer, police, prosecution. Don't be everything. Let them resolve their dispute. Then what you should do is have a guideline. When we have issues, how are we going to resolve it? I think you should have that among your siblings. It's going to encourage bonding between them. You will not know, but years later, you come and thank me for this thing that I am saying. Then the next thing you want to do, I said, let your discipline cut across board. Don't just beat one or yank one or shout on one or this one and then you leave the other. Don't do that. So ensure your discipline cuts across board. I said, and then enroll them for classes together. Communication class. This is very important. No matter of fact, your teenagers, the classes that they must not miss, they must as they are eating teenage from 10. I am very serious. Let them have communication classes, let them have relationship classes, let them have emotions control classes. It's very, very important. Enroll them together, all of them. I'm in a group, and then the coaching academy that my daughter is. So there's a parents group. So in that group, and I saw that a mother, has 3 daughters. I said, wow, people are not playing. Like, people are not playing. 3 daughters. She put them there together. All of you learn together. You will not know what you're doing, but you're investing in their mind, in their ability to broaden their concepts. That's what you're doing. So enroll them together. Don't say it's too expensive. There's some things that what's the word now? Some things are more important than other things. And I hope to God that parents will understand this on time. Some things are more important than other things. The things that we think are important right now, they are not as important as the things that are really important. Some of the things that are really important is what I'm just talking about now. Enroll them for communication classes. Your kids should not have to say to each other, you are stupid or you are mad. They don't have to say that to each other because they are angry, because they want to express their disappointment, maybe they are out of something. So enroll them for communication. Let them know there is a way to talk. Even if you're angry. Before when I didn't understand better, I used to, because I think you're my friend, I say, you are stupid, you are this, but not anymore. Not anymore. That you are my friend or that you're my sister even that you're my child gives me no right to dishonor you, to talk to you dishonorably. So you won't find me say to my daughter, you are stupid, you are this and that. We're not perfect human beings. Sometimes we make a slip, and when you make that slip, what do? You deliberately apologize for that. Intentionally apologize for that. There's some siblings that if you kill the other, you never apologize to his brother or his sister for your wrong word said. Don't ever accept that with your teenagers. And of course, you will do that if they see that you don't use such words on them. That's a message you're passing that this is a no in this place. So enroll them for courses together, communication courses especially. I've told you the core courses that my own daughter is not going to miss: communication courses, emotions control courses, relationship courses. These are courses that they must not miss. They must not. Then courses on career, they must not miss. No matter how much they say it is, please pay for it. Let them do it. It will do them a whole world of. Don't forget, these are the things that we didn't have opportunity to. These are the things that we didn't have access to. And don't forget that the idea is to be an advantage to our children. So the advantage is, please, I hope you know that the house you're building, that's not what those kids are going to live in. I hope we sincerely know. I hope we really know that car that we're buying, that's not what those kids are going to be driving. And I hope you know, I hope you also know that for this generation, this is what they call them now. This generation, Gen Alpha, they're not even Gen Z anymore. They're Alpha now. This Alpha, they prefer access to ownership. I hope you know. I worked in a place at a time, and the people that were coming there to come and lodge mostly are people that are young people. 20, 19, 20. So that mansion that you are building, just understand that you are building for yourself, not for your child. It won't live there. It won't. That Venza, that Rolls Royce that you will not drive it. So what am I trying to say to you? Those things I think that is important is not really important. Mark what I said. I said access is much more important to a Gen Z than ownership. I like someone to put that for me in the comment section. Access is much more important. Can they access it? Can he order a ride? Can he order a ride? Can he rent the apartment? Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what I mean. So what are we putting our money on? That thing that you're really putting your money on, your child is not going to need it. He won't live in the house. He won't live there. He may live there until he manages to leave your home. But the moment he has left, you rather go and do you rather go and get a serviced apartment, yes, in Lekki or Ajah or wherever it is, than saying I want to build. So, dear parents, you must understand that what is really important is what you put in them. And part of the important things they're going to put in your teenagers is how to communicate. They must know how to communicate. They must know how to pass their message. They must know how to pass it, and that is your work. Enroll them together. Another thing you want to do to foster bonding between them, especially during these holidays, encourage them to be accountable for each other. Encourage them. In short, insist on this accountability. Especially if it's a boy to a girl. I mean, if the other one is a boy, encourage them to be accountable to each other. They must be accountable. Not that one will come from school and say, "Where's your brother?" Say, "I don't know." What's that? What's that? So you go back and go and bring your brother. See God now. God say, Esau, where's your brother? He say, "Why are you asking me? Why are you asking me? Am I my brother's keeper?" So encourage them to be their brother's keeper. You have to do it. They have to understand that they have to have each other's back. They have to know. They have to grow together in value, in knowledge, everything. So one is dragging the other. Nobody is doing salama, dragging, and all of that at the background. So you have to let them understand. Let them know that they are accountable for each other. As one is doing a particular course, he's dragging the other one. As one is doing something, he's bringing the other one. Everybody, we are accountable for each other. So you are not going to don't go and be raising an Esau in your home. The one that will tell you, "I don't know where my brother is." Don't go and be doing that. So encourage accountability. They must be accountable to each other, for each other rather, for each other. Where is your brother? This is where my brother is. What's your brother doing? This is what my brother is doing. Where is she studying? This is what she's doing. Next 3 years, this is what we'll be doing. They should be for each other. They should have each other's back. Because it's easier that way. It's easier that way for all of them to grow together. Have you seen families that it's only one person that is rich, and that only one person doesn't want anybody to be like him, he doesn't teach what to do, he doesn't do it, he just wants to be the only person. Have you seen? Because I have seen. I don't know whether you have, but I have seen. I mean, what's that? What's that? Encourage your teenagers to be accountable for each other, for themselves. God say, "Esau, where is Cain?" He say, "I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? Am I keeping my brother?" And those kind of things. Our children tend to do that too. Say, "Where's your brother?" "I don't know. I left him in school." Say, "What's that?" Never allow that. They must be responsible for each other, for and to each other. It's very important. It's not for now, it's for when you have gone. It's for when you're no longer here. Because if they're telling you their parents, you say, "Where is your brother? When was the last time you heard from your brother?" "I cannot remember." And you think he's okay. When you're gone, they will not have each other's contacts. Just go and know that. You are here. They're saying, or for example, you have traveled for the whole day and then you come back and then you ask the eldest one, "So what has your sister eaten?" And then she says, "I don't know." And then you think, and all you say is that, "That's not good." And then you let it slide. No, dear parents, no, 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 no. You must make her understand that if I am not here, the next person in line is you, and you must ensure that this happens. That's how to strengthen their connection. That's how to strengthen their bond, because there's a lot that has joined them together. There's a lot that has brought them together. When we were much younger, when we were very small, my elder sister, when my mother goes out, she will cook for, we'll have eaten. By the time my mother comes back, we have eaten, we're ready for the night. I'm telling you, she wasn't even 12 that time. I lie not in God. When my uncles come to visit us last time, they say, "Who cooked?" She will say, "I cooked." And we were three. My sister will have cooked for us, we will have eaten, we will just be playing or expecting our mother to come back. So we were, and up till now, we're still responsible for each other. So something says, "Hey, this is." Then we say, "Okay, how do we? Everybody's coming together to say, how do we do this? How do we make this fly?" I remember when she wanted to get married, me and my sister said, "Okay, what are we going to do? This. Same thing when I wanted to get, same thing when other things, even our children, my children's birthday, that's just it. We're responsible for each other. Because who knows? Who knows where God is taking each and every one? Who knows whether it's just one out of all of them that will be the Joseph that will pull all of them? I don't know whether you understand me. So this is not about God forbid. No, no. It's about life. Everybody's path, everybody's destiny. As long as there's a lifting, there's a rising, that's what matters. But if you now leave them to be saying to be, everybody for himself, God for everybody, please don't encourage that in your home. Teenagers tend to be selfish. They tend to think of themselves alone. So that's what I'm saying. Don't encourage it in you. They will want to give it to you. You are the one that will not accept it from them. Because you know that you will not always be there. If you are there now, you are there in your presence, they're telling you that, "Where's your sister?" "I don't know." Because it's pressing from. Come on, tell him to drop the phone, go and bring the stuff for me. That's what to do. They must be responsible to and for each other. Another thing to do to foster bonding between them, you have to celebrate their wins with the same level of enthusiasm. Parents were guilty of this again. One gets best student in mathematics, another one gets best student in fine arts, and I feel that mathematics is more important than fine arts. Who told you that? I don't know who told us all these things. I don't know who sold all these lies to us. I really sincerely do not know. All the maths, I remember when I was in secondary school, all the maths they taught you in school. Please, how many of them are you using now? Please don't misunderstand. I'm not saying that math is not important. I'm just saying that it's not everybody that will be a mathematician. And it's fine, it's okay. So, dear parents, can we learn to celebrate their wins with the same level of enthusiasm? Don't make them don't make one feel less important than the other. That's another mistake parents make. Because one is very eloquent, can talk like Funmi, and then you feel that she's more important than the one that can just express themselves by writing. Come on, dear parent, don't do that. Because when you do that, you're breeding resentment. You're breeding. You will not know, but that's what you're doing. And I go back to Cain and Abel. I'm very certain that there was resentment. So that the issue of that day that God said, I accepted Abel's offering, I did not accept Cain's offering. That is not the one. It will not have been the only one that will cause Cain to say, I'm going to slay my brother. There will be other things. I'm sure that when we get to heaven, we will have perfect understanding of these things, and we will trace some of it to their parents. Yes. So their parents celebrate their wins with the same level of enthusiasm. So when one comes and say, "Mommy, see, I got my medal for mathematics," and then I say, "Mommy, see, I got my medal for fine art and crafts." Please, their parents, carry the two of them together, celebrate them together, carry them on your head together. That's when they both know that they matter to you and they are important to you. But when one says, "Oh, mommy, I got a medal for mathematics," and then the one says, "Mommy, it's P." Oh yes, mommy is P. I got my medals for that. You say, P, bawo. That's P like cow. Come on. You have just dampened the morale of that child. So dear parents, don't be in that corner. If you have been there, please remove yourself from parents that do that. Celebrate their wins. A win is a win. You must understand that. And what is a win differs. A win will bother on the strength of a particular child. I hope you know that. A child that wins, it depends on the strength, the quality of mind, the quality of character, the things that are important to that child. I hope you know. And I also hope you know that it is not the same thing, that the same things are not important to everybody. I hope you also know that not everybody wants to be a mathematician, not everybody wants to be an astronaut. There are people that just want to do other things, and it's also fine. Do we understand this? We have to understand, because it is very, very important. These are mistakes that parents make, and then they drive a wedge of enmity between their children by themselves unknowingly. And then when they grow up, when they say, "I don't know why I did not raise them like that." What do you mean, not raise them like that? You raised them like that. You just did not know. You just did not know that that's how you raised them. So their parents, you have to be deliberate, intentional. I know we tend to, parents are very funny. It is the high flyers. I don't know what we mean by that word anyway. The one that will feel is doing, what of that one? I hope you understand what I'm saying. There must not be a difference. Everybody must cover for each other's in what's it called, inadequacy. That way, like that is said in the scriptures that this what's that scripture now that talks about the vine being fed by that which every joint supplies. You understand? So all of them are supplying, all of them are bringing. So you don't have it. All of them are high flyers. As far as if you have 10 children, they're all high flyers. Do you understand what I am saying? That is the point you should operate from as a parent. So don't go and be saying this is one. I watched a movie a long time ago. I don't know why I'm just remembering now. A long time ago, the first one was very, very nice. Do you know what the mother did? And then the mother went to go and change the destiny of that one, the destiny of the other ones that according to her are not so nice, and poured everything for one. Come on. So parents have been doing this for ages. And that's why I'm saying it to us now. That if we want a bond between our children, it's so that when we leave, they are still together. Because that's the test of whether truly they are together when you are no longer here. So begin to do, and that's why you have a long time to do the work. So if you have made mistakes, begin to retrace your steps. Then finally for today, model it as well. Yeah. Model bonding. Model it in your relationship with your own siblings. That's what I'm going to stop for today. Some of you don't talk to your siblings. Some of you keep malice with your siblings. You keep grudges. You have grudges of 14 years. You have it. You think your children don't know? They know. They know that you don't used to talk to your sister. They know that you don't talk to your brother. Just that they're not willing to call you out yet. By the time they will call you out, you'll be shocked. That they will drag you, you'll be shocked. You will be shocked. So model it. You want to teach bonding. Have you bonded first? When was the last time you spoke to your own sister, your own brother? Say, "Oh, our problem is too much. Oh, this is. Oh, this is. Your parents are seeing it, your children are seeing everything. And even when your brother or sister calls you, they know, they see the expression on your face, they see how you behave before you pick the call. They see how you do before you pick the call. They are seeing everything. You're teaching them that siblings is not important. That's what you're teaching them. You're teaching them that. And to not make it worse, you don't know. So your own children and their own children don't relate. You're not even aware. You're not, because you feel that, oh, my sister did. What of those kids? Everything they are seeing. So model it. You want bonding among your siblings? Please bond with your own siblings. By that, you are teaching them without even shouting, without preaching. You are doing that. So, dear parents, there are a lot of things that are more important than things that we put on our hands. I've thought about 10 things today. I said, acknowledge that they are different, give them tasks together, encourage their time together, encourage a mentorship system, encourage them to resolve their dispute on their own, ensure your discipline cuts across board, enroll them for communication classes together, encourage them to be accountable for and to each other, celebrate their wins with the same level of enthusiasm, and finally, I said, model bonding with your own siblings to them. Let them see it. Can you see that the things that we have on our hand are quite important? And like I always say, if it's one of these things that we have said that you want to work with, there will be a difference between you and someone that's not doing anything. My coach always said to me that, okay, to us rather, that if it's just 20% of what you're learning that you're doing, trust me, there's a shift. And that's what you want to do. Let there be a shift. That's what you need to do. So don't go and be majoring on what is not important and you be leaving the important things alone, their parents. Holiday is here, and all you want to do, all of the weekends in the holiday, you have parties planned out. Come on, when are you going to have time for the kids? I'm not saying don't go to party, don't misunderstand me. I'm just saying have time to do the work that you need to do with them now. So if you see that your siblings, that your kids are not getting along right now, this is the time to do the work. Not when they have all gone to their hostels, from their hostels to university, that's the end of it. And that's it, and that's it. And that's it. I begin to wonder, they're not talking to you, that how they do. Come on. If I'm on the phone with my sister, sometimes I don't pick my sister's call, because once I pick the call, I can be there for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, we're still talking. So I'd rather not pick the call at that moment. That's the kind of relationship that we have. So how many of us can say, my siblings got my back, or I got my siblings back? So do we now want to repeat the same error in our children? Their parents who shouldn't. You know, I'm rooting for you, yeah? I hope I didn't come too hard, too strong. If I did, I apologize for our good. And like I said, my first ever book is out. I'm excited. Yeah, it's gone through, probably it's published now, it's printed. So we're working on putting it on Amazon and Seller. So if you cannot see the hard copy to buy, definitely it will be on Amazon and Seller. Once the link is ready, I will let us know, put it on our channels and all of that. And also, if you want to distribute, definitely hit us up. We're available, we're ready. And then don't forget, if you have a girl or you have someone that has a girl, that book is for you. From age 8 to 18 to 20. You have a girl, someone has a girl. If you don't buy that book, you're very, very, very wrong. I'll be on your way again. Thank you very much for always coming. I don't take it for granted. I hope that you have learned something, and I hope that you're going to work with what you have learned. Yeah, always rooting for you. Don't forget, we're Twitter Academy. I'm the lead coach in Form and Reform Teens Academy for girls alone. Of a curriculum that will use, that will walk girls through on their journey to transition into adulthood. We do that by grace of God. What we have learned, teachings, experiences, life experience, everything we bring together to ensure that these girls will not repeat our mistakes. That is the idea, that they don't repeat our mistakes. So today, click on Inform the Reformed Academy on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. Like us, share us, tell people to join our channel, tell people to join us. Bring your girls, bring your girls. It's very, very important. Bring your girls. I'll be your way again. See ya. Bye.